To understand the sigma notation and the arithmetic mean, let us say I take a variable x1, okay, and let us call it equal to 3. If I take, let's say, x2 is equal to, okay, x2 is equal to, let's say, 7, and if I say x3 is equal to 10, x4 is equal to 2, and x5 is equal to 6. Let us take these observations, okay. Let us say these are ages, okay, ages of five students, let's say, okay, or 5 children. Now see, x1, x2, x3, x4, and x5 are given to you. If I write this as, if I write sigma, or it's also called as the summation, okay, this is also called as the summation or sigma, okay. This symbol is called sigma, and it mathematically it represents summation, okay. So when I write summation, how many observations you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I write I is equal to 1 to 5 x, and I give a subscript I, it means that first I take I is equal to 1 to get x1, and because I have the summation sign, I give a plus sign. Next I take I is equal to 2 to get x2, okay, and next I take I is equal to 3, give an addition sign, okay. Next I take I is equal to 4, next I take I is equal to 5, okay. So if you see, I runs from 1 to 5, so that is why I have I is equal to 1 here, and then this plus sign is because of this sigma, okay. Then I take I is equal to 2, okay, again a plus sign because of this sigma, okay, and here again I take I is equal to 3, similarly I is equal to 4, and I is equal to 5, okay. That is what the summation sign means. Now suppose if I am to ask you that, now if you can add this up, 3 plus 7 plus 10 plus 2 plus 6, so how much are you getting? 28, right? So what is the value of summation xi? The value of summation xi is 28, okay. Now if I ask you, if I write summation I is equal to 1 to 3 xi, now just look above and can you tell me what does this mean? Just look above and tell me what does this mean. Anyone?
Sir, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3.
Not x plus 1.
Sir, x1 plus x2 plus
Yes,
x3.
x1, because I runs from 1 to 3 only. Here I was from 1 to 5. That is why we had taken 1 to 5. So here, since I runs from 1 to 3 only, I will have x1 plus x2 plus x3, which means 3 plus 7 plus 10, which is 20. Okay. Similarly, if I give you summation I is equal to 1 to 4 xi.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, I was suddenly out from the meeting, sir. It was having network.
maybe some technical problem. Okay.
Sir, you will mark my presence.
Okay. So you have summation I is equal to 1 to 4 xi. So I will run from 1 to 4. See, I runs from 1 to 4. So first you will have x1 plus, then you will have x2, then you will have x3, and finally you will have x4. So this means the value of x1 was 3, x2 was 7, x3 was 10, and x4 was 5. So this is 22. Okay. So are we clear with the summation sign or the sigma notation?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes when we don't want to specify the range, okay, sometimes we also write summation x only. If we don't want to specify the range. When we say summation x, we mean all the range of values that are given. That means it's the same as saying I is equal to 1 to 5 xi. Understood? Sometimes I is not mentioned. If I is not mentioned, that means we'll have to take all the values. That means this is also written as summation x. Okay, so that is what we mean by sigma notation. Okay, so once we know the sigma notation, we'll now move on to the definition of arithmetic mean. What we mean by the mean of observations. Okay, mean. The formula for mean is denoted by x bar. Okay, and the formula is summation x. That means all the values of x you take, whatever values are given, divided by the total number of observations that are given. Okay, so if let's say I give you x1, x2, x3 up till xn, be n observations. Then the mean or the arithmetic mean of these observations is given by x bar is equal to summation x by n, which means now summation x, because I is not given here in the numerator, if you see, then we have to take all the values x1 plus x2 plus x3 and so on up till whatever values are given. You take all sum of all the values and divide it by the number of observations that are given. Okay, so this is a formula that you need to remember for mean. Okay, based on this formula, we are going to work out some problems. Look at the first example. In the first example, I have said find the mean of 8, 6, 10, 12, 1, 3, 4, 4. Okay, so how many observations? Let's take all these as some variable. So let the given observations be first observation, we take 8. So we call x1 is equal to 8. Next, we take x2 is equal to 6. Next, x3 is equal to 10. x4, 12. x5 is 1. Okay. x6 is 3. x7 is 4. And x8 is also equal to 4. So how many observations? Number of observations? N. How many observations? There are 8 observations, right? 8 numbers are given to you, 8 observations. Okay, so therefore, mean of these observations, x bar, is formula is summation x divided by n. Now, as I told you, if I is not given in summation, you will write all the values that are given. So x1 runs from x1 to x8. So x1 plus x2 plus x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, and x8 divided by n. Now you can add up all these. In the numerator, you have x1 as 8, x2 is 6, 10, 12, 1, 3, 4, and 4 divided by the number of observations. The number of observations here is n is equal to 8. 8 observations are given to you. So therefore, if you add this, you're going to get 48 divided by 8. That means the mean of the observations is 6. Okay. Suppose if I tell you that these are the marks obtained by students in a unit test, okay, out of 15, then what is the average mark of the students? It is 6. We say average marks or the mean marks of the students. Now, anyone tell me the difference between average and mean? Do you know what is the difference between average and mean? Anyone? Average is nothing but, average can be of many kinds. But when we say mean, Mean, average means median can also be an average. Okay, because we'll be discussing median. Median can also be an average. In fact, there is another measure of average, which is called the mode. Okay, mode can also be an average. But when we say mean, we are specifically talking about talking about the arithmetic mean. Okay, in this case, you understand the difference between average and mean?
Yes, sir.
Second example, find the mean of the first 7 odd prime numbers. Okay, so I say let the first 7 odd prime numbers be given by first odd prime number is 3. 1 is neither prime nor composite, right? What is the only even prime? Which number is the only even prime? Which number is the only even prime? All prime number
Two.
are odd, yes, except 2. So x1 is 3. Next prime number will be 5. Next will be 7. Next will be 11. Next will be 13. Next will be 17. And next will be 19. So these are the first 7 odd primes. How many observations here? Number of observations, n is equal to 7, right? So what should be the mean? Summation x divided by n. And x runs from what values to what values? From x1 till x7. Now put the values. And the value of n is 7. So this adds up to 75 divided by 7. And therefore this will be 10, 5 by 7 in terms of mixed fraction, or you can also express it in decimal, 10.714. Clear? Easy enough? Let us move to the next problem. Example number 3. The mean of 8 variates is 10.5. So mean is given to you. So given, let's write mean x bar is equal to 10.5. This is given to you. If the 7 of them are 3, 15, 7, 19, 2, 17, and 8. So out of 8 variates, okay, out of the 8 variables, 7 variables, the values of the 7 variables are given to you. Question is find the 8th variable. Okay, so I say let x1 is equal to 3, x2 is equal to 15, x3 is equal to 7, x4 is equal to 19, x5 is equal to 2, x6 is equal to 17, and x7 is equal to 17, and x8 you have to find. Okay, so what should be the mean is already given to you, so you can find out x8. Write the formula first. Mean x bar is equal to summation x by n. Put the value of mean. What is the value of mean here? 10.5 is equal to summation x means x. There are 8 variates here. Number of observations is 8. Let's write here. Number of observations. N is equal to 8. Divide this by 8. Means 10.5. Now put the values for x1, x2 up till x7. So you have 3.
So x7 is 8, not 17.
X7 is 8. Okay. Okay, so put the values here. And x8 you don't know, so you write x8 as it is. Okay. Means 10.5 is equal to, you add up all this, you will get 71 plus x8 divided by 8. Now this is an equation, simple equation, a linear equation, which you can solve. So cross multiply 10.5 into 8 is equal to 71 plus x8. And 10.5 into 8 you will get as 114. Take 71 on the left hand side. You have 114 minus 71 is equal to x8. That means x8 is 114 minus 71 is 43. So what is the 8th variate? Value of the 8th variate? It is 43. Okay. Next, last sum for today. Look at this. The question is mean of 9 observations. So a number of observations is given to you. So let's note it down. Number of observations. N is equal to 9. Mean of 9 observations was found to be 35. Okay. So mean is given to you. X bar is equal to 35. Later on, now after calculation of mean, somehow it was detected that an observation 81 was misread as 18. It is quite possible, isn't it? It happens. It is only human to err, right? Now, after calculation of mean, it was found that so many observations were there, and you made a mistake that instead of 81 observation, you thought it was 18, right? Now you have to find out the correct mean. That means this mean that you've got is an incorrect mean, right? This mean is incorrect, isn't it? And one observation was wrong, right? So what is the value of from your formula for mean? What is the incorrect mean that you have got? Incorrect mean is equal to incorrect summation x. This is the if your mean was wrong, that means your summation x was also wrong. Divide by, but you have taken the number of observations correctly, isn't it? So n remains n. So incorrect mean is 35. And we need to find out the value of incorrect summation x. That means total of the observation that you have taken was wrong. So what is the what was your wrong total? What was the value of your incorrect summation x? (35 into 9), right? Which is equal to 315. Now this figure that you have got 315, total of all the observations you have got wrongly as 315. And what was the mistake that you had made? The mistake that you had made was that instead of 81, you wrote it as 18. That means you have to correct your mistake, right? So what is the corrected summation x? Corrected summation x value is whatever incorrect summation value you have taken. And because you have realized your mistake, that instead of 81, you read it as 18. What you do is from the incorrect value, you subtract the wrong value that you have taken. What is the wrong value you have taken? 18, right? And you add the correct value. Is this step clear? Yes. Is this step clear or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
clear.
Okay. So this comes out to be 315 plus 81 will give you 396 minus 18. So this will give you 378. Now you have got your correct value of summation x. Now once you have got correct value of summation x, now you can write your correct mean. So what is the corrected mean? Corrected mean is corrected summation x divided by n. You did not miss out any value, so n does not change. So 378 divided by number of observations was 9. And you can cancel this 42 times to get 42. Right? So previously you were getting your incorrect mean as 35. Now you have corrected it and you have now got the correct value of mean as 42. Is it clear?